We've got a group of 15 wounded warriors behind me here, heading to England and then to France for Soldier Ride UK.
We're raising awareness, I guess, for both countries, for the wounded in both countries.
And you just told me you haven't been on a bike in how long?
I haven't been on a bike up until 6 weeks ago, for 29 years. Well, I've got a left below elbow amputation, and the right hand, except for my thumb, which was a traumatic amputation.
It's really great to have the Soldier Ride here today because some of our service veterans and some of our serving recovering soldiers have been part of the Soldier Ride programme in the US, and this is the start of something I hope which will continue to be part of a partnership between US and American forces.
Thank you very much for bringing the warrior spirit to Tedworth House. We're in week 13 of having wounded, injured and sick soldiers coming through here to aid their recovery. They need to know that they're not on their own. They need to help have their confidence built, restore their self-esteem, and that's what we do here.
Have you ridden one of these before?
I did the Miami Key West, I think it was in January.
Is it harder than riding a regular bike?
On the upper body, yeah.
May I thank you for just inspiring us who work here to make sure we do a little bit more for all the guys who need it. Great to see you. Good luck.
Right, I'm about to set off the first wave. Just think of two things. This is about working together and comradeship. And you really should get comradeship out of the next few days. So I wish you very best luck on the first leg.
It's my fifth Soldier Ride. I was riding in a Soldier Ride before I could even walk, so that was pretty incredible. You know, they got me out there back doing activities that I did before, and I wasn't for sure if I could or how I could do these activities. So they got me out there early on, riding bikes. I was doing a hand cycle the first one, and then by the third one, I was on an upright bike.
Woo! Those hills are no joke. Yeah. Biggest hills I ever hit are bridges, but they're not that long. So, challenging. Love it.
Yeah, okay, Pat, you take your group.
Yeah, for a sportsman like me, mate, piece of piss. No, it's not really. Some of the hills are steady and long. Hard work, mate.
It reminds you that, life's about dealing with, what you got and the challenges, so.
I'm really enjoying everything, and everybody's working together. Been great camaraderie. I mean, we're giving the guys who need a push, and sometimes quite literally.
It's been wonderful riding out with these British soldiers and our guys. Gorgeous weather, and the hill country here, and the hedgerows and the farms are just absolutely splendid.
I'm loving the countryside. I'm a city boy, so it's a big change for me, but I'm liking it.
My name is Jerry Majetic. My youngest is in Navy ROTC in Florida, Nice High School, and she absolutely loves it. She's on the drill team. This is my first trip to Europe. I wanted to see it all for a very long time.
Doing great?
Great. I gotta, slow down a little bit because my big American muscle's been breaking chains and stuff, so just gotta ease off just a little bit. This invention called bicycle gears, I'm just figuring it out right now.
So how is it being back on a bike? Look up.
Well, it's fantastic. It's a nice ride. It's easier than in the gym.
I think it's fantastic that the British and the American officers are working together, and it was so lovely that you could come here and see my lovely country. I go to many Armed Forces days, and I am very, very proud of you. Test Valley is very proud of you, and keep going, boys. Thank you. And girls.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
Thank you.
This is a fantastic opportunity for everybody. And there's a lot of history, there'll be a lot of thought processes going on today. People will be thinking about guys landing on the beaches in World War II. We've all seen the films, we've seen footage, we've seen the more graphic films in more modern times, and have an idea of what it was like. Some of the lads' grandfathers came here. So there's a lot of history, and that enabled all us to have our freedoms in modern years. And I think the guys will They do appreciate it, but then to see the headstones, the graves of all those who did that for us, will be quite moving.
Being here and being able to learn a little bit more about, the battlefield really shows you how closely our ancestors had to fight together, really what the odds they were up against and how they kind of just persevered. And I don't know how they did it, but it's remarkable and a huge piece of history, basically liberating the free world.
We're here today at the American Cemetery at Omaha Beach because Chris Carney in June 6th of 2010 decided to come over here and run 44 miles along with some British soldiers to benefit BLESMA, a British organization that helps wounded soldiers. So the idea was to come over to Britain, hang out with some of the soldiers that suffered alongside our soldiers, bring 15 Americans to join with 15 Brits, and bike some great routes and see some great sights in Britain, and then come over here to Normandy to be at the places where so many Americans and Brits died alongside each other fighting for freedom back on June 6, 1944. We're here at the bloodiest of the 5 beaches, Omaha, where 35,000 Americans stormed the shore, taking well over 5,000 casualties, including well over 1,000 dead.
It is absolutely humbling. I do recognize the sacrifice of those who've come before us. You can really be overcome by what so many individuals did to give us the world that we live in.
So we have 24 cemeteries worldwide, 11 of them here in France. What we have here are the Roosevelt brothers, Quinton and Teddy Jr. Now, President Roosevelt was the 26th president of the United States. He was president from 1901 to 1909. Quinton was a fighter pilot shot down in the First World War in a dogfight with 7 German fighters. When the Germans realized who he was, they gave him a military funeral with full military honors. Now, at the end of the war, when we gathered up our war dead, Teddy Roosevelt said, "No, a tree lies where it falls." And it was his wish that Quinton remain there where the Germans had buried him. And in 1955, the last remaining brother, Archibald, made a decision to have him brought here to Normandy so he could rest beside his oldest brother, Teddy. I need to identify at least 6 people that are going to be folding the flags, okay? And the flag is coming down, gentlemen. Go ahead and secure the colors. Guys, I need 1 on each corner and 2 in the middle, okay? Oop. There you go, bring it together. Now keep the blue side down and fold it in half lengthwise again. There you go. Either ends. Fold the flag in this manner. The triangles, we fold it 13 times. 13, of course, representative.
That's pretty amazing. A once in a lifetime thing for sure.
It's very sobering. To be doing this is an extreme honor. Something I never would have imagined I would be doing.
There's just no words that can describe. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it's something I'll remember for a long time to come.